Welcome once again to the channel. This is where we talk about matters international education, how to get into international schools, teaching them, thriving them. And I would kindly request that you subscribe to my channel so that once I release videos like this, YouTube will be able to notify you. My name is Edwin Maina. I'm an international educator in the IB curriculum, and I started this channel just to share my experiences with other teachers and leaders of learning. So I've been talking about social emotional learning, and then I started a series on negative coping mechanisms among our children. We've seen a lot of issues with mental health with our children, with our students across the board. In any country, any place you go, it is still the same. Children are not being able to cope, children are not resilient, and so on. How can we help them? One of the ways is to recognize the negative coping mechanisms. These are things that we do to avoid the pain of facing reality. So, and I gave a few examples, and today I want to talk about one specific coping mechanism called displacement. I call it kicking the cat. So, you've seen people who get home from work, or you've heard of people who get home from work. They are very upset, they are very stressed. Maybe the boss gave them a dressing down, or there was something unpleasant that went on, they did not meet a target and so on, and they bang the door, they kick the cat, they're insulting people and so on. So it is basically letting out the negative impulses that were caused by someone else or something else, and you let them out on a weaker person or a weaker target, people who cannot defend themselves, or objects that cannot defend themselves. When you kick the cat, or you bang the door, or you insult your child, or your wife, or your husband, as the case may be, because of something that happened elsewhere, that is called displacement. It is bad, it is wrong, it is negative, because you are not addressing the root of the problem. And you are bringing the negative impulse to someone who had nothing to do with it. You're spoiling someone's day or someone's evening, and they had nothing to do with your negative emotion. So sometimes our children get into displacement. There's something negative happening in school. They failed into an exam, or they were, given a negative consequence because of their behavior, and they take this out on another student or even a family member at home, and the family member is not the cause of the problem, or the other student is not the cause of the problem, but they are displacing their emotions. So as leaders of learning, as educators, as teachers, as parents, we need to know the coping mechanism of displacement and be able to tell that, look, the mood of this kid has changed. When they left home in the morning, they were not like this, and now they're different, and they are there banging doors and answering rudely and so on. They do not want to address the root issue. So what do we do as grown-up? What do we do as grown-ups, as responsible adults? How do we bring up what happened? Do we first give them time, and then we bring up, would you like to talk about what happened? Your mood seems to have changed. What could be the cause? Look for a way so that this student can talk. They say, oh, I failed in this exam. Oh, I got this negative behavior in school. Oh, and if they're honest enough, they will tell you. And then you will tell them, look, going through unpleasant experiences in school, in life is normal, but the way we deal with them is what makes the difference. So, my fellow listeners, my dear listeners, I would appeal to you, look out for displacement and help anybody. It may not even be a student, it could be a family member. Just recognize the signs and see how you can help them. There is no other way other than talking about those unpleasant experiences, and then ask the person, how do you want to deal with this issue? How can I help you deal with the issue? Do you want my help? If they do not want your help, just leave them. But ask them, how do you think you can deal with it in a more positive way? That's all for today. We'll continue from there. See you in the next one. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.